something that's new. It's been around. Like, this is not something that's new.
Project 2020.
Yes.
Go look it up.
Somebody,
Where they want to close the
listen.
Department
Oh
of
my God.
Education.
Somebody, listen to what I'm saying. Somebody took something from way a long time ago and put it out for you guys. Like that agenda, that whole agenda, not the 2025 agenda, that whole agenda that's on there has been a part that don't have anything to do with Donald Trump, you guys. And I'm not voting for either party. I don't like either one. I'm just telling you, it's not true. I did my own research because y'all keep talking about it, and it's not a part of him. He has Agenda 47. That is his agenda. Look that up. Don't look up
And even his
25.
agenda is to take all women's rights. Like he's trying to take all of women's rights.
Do you really believe that? Do you really believe that? You believe you?
Wait a minute.
Y'all need to get the hell out. Get out of the news. Stop
Well, because
watching.
of Biden, can I ask you
Stop
what is
getting
a
on
woman?
Twitter. Stop getting on TikTok.
Somebody all in women rights. Come on, man.
I don't believe that he gonna take all my rights.
No,
Biden
Biden's
you wanna know
already
who's
trying.
taking all my rights right now? The Democrats.
Amen.
Shit.
No, for real. When you forcing me to go and now people want to call me cisgender, y'all is the motherfuckers that's taking my rights. How about that? When you're allowing people to be in my sports, y'all is the people that's taking my that's what's up. Now, do you want to talk about that? Nobody want to talk about that though. We don't want to get on that, right?
Never want to talk about nothing either.
You don't want to talk about that. Y'all want to talk about Agenda 25. If you really think black people are going to allow somebody to put them back in slavery, baby, you got another thing coming. And take my rights away,
That's what
then you might as well take me off this earth. Take me off the earth.
Get out here with
Take
this
me out.
trying to scare somebody's crap, man. Nobody want to hear that nonsense, man. Agenda 25. They're not going to stop nothing. Listen, it's been bad presidents, it's been good presidents, and we still here. Ain't nobody disappearing.
We here barely. We here barely.
But I agree with her wholeheartedly on this cis thing. I was born a woman. Mama had me on that
You
beach.
ain't gonna be no woman no more.
Said,
you keep on.
My aunt told her it's a girl.
Keep voting for these Democrats, huh?
Yeah, you keep voting for the non-binary Marxist movement. They're trying to erase gender completely, and you're just going to be womanhood's being erased by the left side of my
My thing is this: what's gonna happen is if all the women in the world stop having babies, and y'all don't want to have babies, and y'all want to have the right to just, I look, check this out. This is my thing, right? With this, all of this, Roe v. Wade or whatever. Okay, because I did my own research, right? And my thing is this: y'all got to start holding your government and your state accountable for the things that are going on. You can't blame the president. He is a part of the federal government. He's not, y'all not even holding y'all governor. Y'all rather go after the president instead of holding your governor. He's the one that signed the bills to tell you people that y'all couldn't do these things. So why don't you go after your governor? Recall him.
They already reelected their ass.
and they've been in turn for 20, 30
One
years.
person or two people can't
Yeah,
do
they
it.
just reelected the same person.
One person been in
That's
turn.
why we're trying to
one
get Max
person can't
Abbott on
do
up
it,
out of there.
but you don't give the same smoke to your governor.
We
You don't
tried
give
to
the
get,
same smoke to your House of Representatives in your state, your local government. You don't give the same smoke, and they the ones that's really passing the bill to stop you from doing this stuff. This ain't the federal government. It needs to be your state. Y'all have given the federal government so much control over the American people that it is a shame. This is why I don't want to vote for each side, because I don't want this big government. I want my state government, my local government, my city government, right? Where I can go and see my city government. None of us can go and see the president. None of us can go and see our House of Representatives up in Capitol Hill. Okay? None of y'all, but in your local government, you can set up a meeting to go meet with these people. Have any of you guys tried that? For all the people that want their rights back and they saying that these people are, have you tried to go sit down and talk to the people in your state?
They just
Have you
blame
tried
Donald
to talk
Trump.
to your governor about these things?
Well, they think the world gonna end.
Baby,
They just
Donald
blame
Trump
Donald
just
Trump.
re-endorsed Donald Trump himself endorsed Tate Reeves governor again, and I can't stand him either. And it ain't because he's Republican or Democrat. That's not why I don't like him. It's not about the party that I don't like. It's not about the party that I don't like at all. Okay, it's there.
Butterfly. I
It's
agree
Donald
with
Trump himself.
Butterfly. I agree with all of your talking points when it comes to Democrats and Republicans. I honestly do. I don't like neither one of them.
I'm not a Democrat or
Carmela, wait a minute,
Republican,
Ruby,
but if
please.
I'm
Wait a minute, 1 second.
okay.
I honestly do. Like you said, Kamala and Biden, they got their own nonsense. If you research those two, they are a trip. But with that being said, even though you said don't watch the news and don't pay attention to who he is as a person, matters, because he at the end of the day, even though our local government has control over what happens in our state, he is the head honcho. He is our representative, right, of all the states. And if his moral compass is bad, he can't be there.
Right.
Everybody got a bad
No,
Wait,
because
so
but this is
I feel like even if I did vote, my views are more in line with Republicans, right? And in this stage in my age, my views are more in line with Republicans, but I can't vote for that because of how horrible that man is.
Oh my
You
God.
understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I'm trying to understand. I'm not rebutting at all.
and I definitely understand.
Biden is just as bad. Cut it out.
Christy, you saying that you support him, but he came out and made a whole speech. He ran on this speech that he was going to take away federal funding for public schools that supported kids in crisis.
I'm sorry, but I agree with that.
I support him.
I agree with that. I agree. It don't need to be in the school. My tax dollars.
She is saying that. But Butterfly, I agree with it too. I agree with it too. But
Kids need to be
I'm saying
kids.
is she is going against her
Children need to
own
be
interests.
children.
I'm
Y'all
not.
can put all of this stuff. The kids don't even know how to write no more. They don't know how to read. They don't need to be focused on who or what they want to be until they turn 18. When they turn 18, they can choose to be whatever they want to be.
The school has no business teaching children anything.
What Christy is saying is that when she's saying that she did not have a choice. I agree that the kids need to be left alone. I agree with that. But what her position is she was born to transgender. She was born outside of the sex that she should be.
And guess what? When did Christy? When did you transition? When did you transition?
I was 32, and there's one thing I just want to explain to you is that only about 7 to 10% of my community actually was born trans. It's now been forced into an ideological weapon. It's non-binary ideology has taken over my community. That's
Christy,
separate from what we
call
are.
it a medical condition that you can't.
There's two different.
Right.
There's two.
So if you believe that it's a medical condition.
No, I don't.
Wait, let me finish. If you believe that it's a medical condition and you felt like that your whole entire life, why would you support someone who is trying to not allow predicament that you once were in?
Can y'all hold on for a second? Because of this conversation that we're having, can y'all please be in the comments, like in the screen? That's the only way that they're not going to either shadow ban us or take the live down completely and block me. Please share and like. Please, that's all I'm asking. It's free. Just like.
And if you're on a panel, be careful. Don't like the live because I've heard that it shadow bans lives.
Please, that's all. Yeah, don't. Just the people in the comments, if you could just like the screen, please.
All right. To answer your question, though, I'm going to get back to this. My medical condition has been absolutely hijacked by a Marxist ideological weapon called non-binary ideology, queer, LGBTQ. It's the Q in LGBTQ. That's queer. It's queer ideology. It's something that, if you look it up, the first non-binary came onto the scene in 2012. It comes out of the Kinsey Institute. This is part of, this is all social engineering. It's digital and biosocial engineering. And it's taken my medical condition and they umbrellaed it all under the flag of transgender. There's two different ideologies running underneath that. That's transmedicalist, which is binary, me. I flip the coin. My medical condition, which I feel made me this way, is born this way, I had to flip the coin. I went from heads to tails. What the ideological non-binary queer, that whole ideology now flying under the same flag of transgender, which is deceptive, is now trying to force everybody to adhere to a whole new currency, which I do believe full-heartedly is an attack on women's rights, on American unity, free will itself, and it also challenges its nuclear family unit. It challenges Christian ideology. It's a social construct they're trying to digitally weaponize. And they did weaponize it with the use of social media. There's a reason why it did not exist until social media came out, because they silenced people like me who were trying to stand up against it from within the community for years. And they hijacked that. So I stand with President Trump and all his positions because that's trying to stop the ideological assault upon all Americans, which this is causing. I think that non-binary itself should be considered a religious ideology under law and put into the corner under separation of church and state. And I think that would cure a lot of the issues in this nation regarding secularism.
Okay, how's
Let me ask you this. When did you know that when did you start to feel like you were born in the wrong body? At what age?
I thought that everybody thought that they were a woman, or I didn't know. I wasn't associated or around or even know what transgenderism was until I was in my 20s. I absolutely knew and was sure after.
You didn't feel that way when you were a child?
As a child, I did, but I thought everybody kind of felt this way, and I just kind of kept it to myself. It wasn't until I was 32 did I know for certain, and I absolutely came out and I made the choice to change my life completely. I lost everything at that point, became homeless, and lived on the streets for 3 years. Transgender was much different back then. I couldn't get a job at Wendy's flipping burgers.
Okay.
Now it's socially engineered into something far different than what it was.
So when you were younger, you thought that it was abnormal and it was something that you couldn't pursue, and it made you so depressed that you became homeless, right?
No, I was institutionalized.
Wait, hold on.
That's what she just said. She
said, whatever. All I'm saying is they don't need to be in the school system. And this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of black women. Y'all is a part of the problem too. I'm sorry. Y'all are a big part of the problem of why it is the way it is. I don't get down like that. Leave the children alone. When they turn 18, they can be whatever they want to be. In school, they need to be learning how to read. They need to be learning how to do some cursive. They need to learn history. These kids don't even know about Black history. So how can we, all that other stuff is supposed to be when they grown and out of my house. But in your parents' house, you don't even need to be thinking about that. Y'all trying to force stuff on these kids. Y'all got
gender affirming
y'all trying to force this stuff on these kids. That's the problem.
I completely agree with you. My point is not that. I completely and utterly agree with you.
What is your point?
Once they have this in the schools, my 12-year-old grandson wants to be a woman.
You're voting against your own interests. You're not voting against your own interests.
My interest is American equality, American liberty, and American prosperity, and I'm voting for that. And that's
when did this transgender stuff start in the schools?
Facts, Christy.
Yeah, it was about 2012. You can look it up. But non-binary was created in 2012, and you can look it up. When did it first come onto the scene? 2012, 2016. The first person legally was recognized as non-binary. It's been socially engineered through social media since then. If it was not for social media censorship, especially through Meta, we would not have this argument today.
But that's not when they brought it.
Now, transgenderism has been around since the beginning of time. That's different. The medical condition of this is different.
They brought it into the
social construct is separate. You need to recognize the two different factions that are underneath that trans umbrella. The medical and the ideology are separate.
Ask when was your brother
how
start
it is.
schools?
Going in and out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I
Hey,
could have swore
grandson has been in
when
school for at
LBGT,
least.
hold on, when L, what was it, LBL whatever, it was L, it was only 4 letters, and now it's like,
LGBT.
yeah, now
LGBT.
it's like 12 letters. Like I'm confused. Like
You want to know
how did
why?
Me
how
right
did
here.
this
Hello.
happen? It
Because
was
it's
only,
back. You got to remember.
I thought it was gay. Hold on, I thought it was gay, lesbian, bi, and then trans. I thought there was only 4, and then all of a sudden it's like it's then adding on a plus and a Q and a, I don't know what all of that is. I don't, you know
I
what I
and
mean?
A.
Facts.
Yeah, what happened was in
Right.
2012, states started, the 3 states, Maine and 2 others I can't think off the top of my head, legalized rainbow marriage. And
Oh yeah, I remember that Obama
that was,
did that.
and when they did
Yep.
that in 2012, that's when non-binary was decided. That's when they came up with this in order to then create a new device between the rest of America and the rainbow. So they needed to add these numbers to keep the division there, so they would have a narrative where people will vote against their interests. Again, populist divide. It is social engineering. It absolutely is, and that's we're in complete chaos at this point now because of it. I do not. The rainbow itself is fractured. There's a lot of us who are standing on the right now, and we have continued to. Trump actually was the first Republican president that stood up for the rainbow. Absolutely, you can look at Richard Grenell. He's ambassador, I think, to Germany. Trump
They can
appointed
get
him.
married. They can get. She said, "Wait, what? When can they? They could like they could get married.
2012 states
Like
first
every
started. Yep.
meaning, yeah, they can get
It wasn't
married
even
with
an
each other."
issue, so they had to create something new, and that's what they started fabricating and
Which
started
I
teaching
don't
the
have a
non-binary
problem.
states.
I want to make it very clear. I don't have a problem. Like y'all could do whatever y'all want to do, show life, right? All I'm saying, all I'm asking is for us just leave the kids alone, leave the
Yeah.
children alone. You know what I mean?
Preach.
When they turn 18, they can do whatever they want to do because they're adults. You know what I
Well, there
mean?
should
They
be laws.
live the life they want. But when it comes to kids, let them be innocent. Let the children be innocent. Just what happened to
Because they're taking
us
it as
leaving the
extreme
kids?
now.
People, what's going to happen is people are going to start pulling their children out of schools, and they're just going to,
Yeah.
people are going to just homeschool their kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to want to be a part of the school system because you can't force children to want to be, you know what I mean, like
What school did that?
all schools,
All of them are doing that. I'm not
So I
all
just
could
pretty much
trans.
name
all
one.
I'm a
schools.
trans. My
Oh,
daughter is also
Tondo
transgender.
Elementary
A
School.
lot of them, but see, abolished it last year.
You're
See,
lying.
that's what I
Our state
mean.
last year,
Listen,
but for
I completely
4 years,
agree.
You
Butterfly,
said
my
I
grandson
who,
learning
wait,
about.
what school? What school? What state abolished it?
She said Texas.
The
And I
Texas
know that
Oh,
school
Florida recently
system.
came out with a law that made
Texas
it illegal
abolished
for
it in their
teachers
state.
to.
They're trying to states to abolish it
I know
also
that
because they're
Florida's next.
taking out books of history and
now
putting
I
in
see
books of.
why everybody moving to Texas. I
And
was like,
Florida.
why is everybody moving to Texas?
Because
Well,
they're
Virginia's
conservative and
trying
they're
to
going to
abolish.
stand up and protect
Virginia,
your family and your rights.
Virginia's abolishing it now too.
Well,
listen.
and Florida is abolishing these
It's
ideologies
No
and teaching
listen,
schools.
children in
No
listen.
school.
school. What?
The trans community voting for Trump is just
But
like the
Florida
black community voting for
already
Trump.
ripped out
Y'all
their
both
schools.
can't talk at the same time. We do know that, right?
The trans community voting for Trump is just like the black community that votes for Trump. Trump is
Girl,
anti.
don't compare us.
Well,
Don't do that. I
Well,
do not
not only
like that.
that,
Why?
like
This what I'm
Butterfly.
saying.
Listen
That
to me. He
nonsense.
made a
Don't do
statement.
that. Don't
No,
do
they're
that.
making a
no,
Don't
racist
do
no.
that.
argument to try to get
Don't
you
Trying to
to
hear
compare.
that.
vote
What the
for
heck is
Biden.
your problem?
You
Problem.
just
What
want
is
you to
your
vote for
problem?
Biden.
Do not compare us. Get your butt down. Get down. Go
Yeah,
to
get down.
bed. Go
Bye.
to
Go to
bed. See,
bed.
this was wrong. Y'all need to be watching y'all kids. Y'all don't be watching your kids. They on the internet at 2:05, 5 o'clock in the morning, and watch your kids. Watch your kids. Kids on the internet at this early in the morning. But anyways, like I was saying,
You talking about wait? You not letting me finish.
No.
That was the weakest
No.
attempt at trying to
Wait,
get somebody to vote Democrat.
Stop saying that because most black people are conservative. So you cannot say that. You cannot say that.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. I wasn't saying that. I was saying that to say he made a speech that was divisive, and it included black people and
What was his
trans
speech?
people.
What was his speech? What was his speech?
Speech was this, man.
Go ahead.
His speech was about CRT theory. He wanted to remove CRT,
Mm-hmm.
and he also wanted to remove
CRT
financial
should be
funding
removed.
for any schools that were teaching CRT theory,
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted to remove financial funding for any schools
Holy
who
shit! Kids
acknowledge
wouldn't grow up thinking they're
transgender kids. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that is my
But
point. My
Stop.
point is not.
can I
My
say
point is
something?
not that
Can I
I
say
agree
something?
with it. My point is that when you're voting for people,
Uh-huh.
you're voting for people who are in your best interest. You don't vote against your best interest,
Who are you
right?
to tell somebody who's in your
What
best
on the
interest?
what on the other side is in my best? I'm not voting for either one. Let me make that very clear. I'm not in here to argue. I'm not in here to argue for the Republicans. I want to make that very clear. I'm not in here to argue for Trump.
Me either.
I'm not in here to argue for Joe Biden because I really
Me
don't
either.
care about being a Democrat or a Republican. I'm neither. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my people first. You know what I mean?
Right.
My people meaning black people. I'm going to
Exactly.
always put us first, right? Just like everybody should be putting their communities first. But at this time, right? But at this time, we have to learn how to put America first too, because we're not putting America first because we are all falling to the bottom. We're all falling to the bottom, and all we're doing is fighting. So we have to come to a middle ground to where everybody can live and coexist in here in America. If not, then I don't know what's going to happen to us. You know what I mean?
Well, the one thing I don't like about the Republican Party, I'm not either Democrat or Republican. I don't know what you would call me. I think both sides are crooked, but at least the Democratic Party's not trying to stop Social Security that we've paid into our whole work life.
Can I tell you something?
They're trying to end it.
Hold on. I want to tell you.
Democratic Party is why Social Security
I
is
want to tell
torn
you
up.
something because I actually did the research, right? So I want you to go back and I want you to talk to Bush because what happened was Bush took money out of that. He took $2 billion. Then he went and took another $2 billion. When we was in war, there is no more money left. There is no more money because they never put the money back. They're not trying to take away nothing. They just don't have the money to give you because there is no money to give. Like, y'all really need to sit down and do the research. Y'all just be on here talking and wait. Y'all be on here talking. Y'all not doing no research. You're not trying to see where the money is. You don't care where the money is. It's just blame the Republicans. It's just blame the Democrats. No, y'all go back and y'all blame y'all House of Representatives that have been sitting there behind in office and taking our money and we don't know where it's at. Because to be honest, I'm going to be honest with y'all. America is broke. We are broke. We are broke. We are a broke nation. We don't make nothing. We don't do nothing. We are basically just spending money. We are printing money. We are a corporation. This is a capital society. The only thing we making over here is oil. We pulling up the oil out the ground. Okay, I guess. And what else? And some cars. What else are we making in America? Think about it.
Hey, Chris, I have a question for you.
Yeah, shoot.
I'm talking to Ruby.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
Oh, just about
We
that.
are making money. We have the whole federal the mint. We have the Fort Knox. We have all of them. Okay, so we are making the money, but the people that have been paying into this system their whole life, and with every paycheck, they have to pay something into Social Security, right or wrong.
We all have.
Okay,
You don't
now
have.
they're saying we don't have no money. We've been,
There's no money in there. They borrowed. What happened was this
yeah.
whole time when
But
we've been
see,
going,
now that
when
I
we've been going to war. You remember that 20-year war that we went to? You remember? Do everybody remember when we was in war for
yeah.
20 years? Do none of y'all remember now?
No, I remember.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Okay.
remember.
yeah,
Do
I
y'all
remember the war.
okay, everybody remember, right? When we went to war, they borrowed against Social Security. They took the money out of Social. I literally followed the money. If y'all start
That's not
following,
what fully happened though, Butterfly.
it is so they didn't take 2 million. They didn't take
But
$2 billion
They're
out
taking
of
it out
Social
it
from
it
Security.
it, it
multiple things.
wasn't it wasn't 2 billion. What happened was, right? Social Security was always a pay-as-you-go system, meaning the money that's paid into Social Security through payroll taxes and things like that every year would be what offset the cost of what they paid out to Social Security recipients. Under Ronald Reagan, Reagan did a tax hike because the baby boomers were getting ready to start retiring at the Social Security age. So he did a tax hike that created a surplus.
No.
The money that Bush winded up dragging out of Social Security wasn't the money that was being put into the system. It was the surplus that was created under Reagan, and he used that, but he used some of that for the war. But the biggest part of that was for the financial bailout. That's what that money got used for.
Okay, well,
So
I don't
Obama.
care. The money, I'm just telling you, the money ain't there.
So
It's
how was
not
that?
there.
So,
Yeah, you're correct, Butterfly. You
That's
are
all I'm
correct.
telling you. It's not there anymore.
You're
So I
right.
mean, at this point, what are we gonna do?
I need it because I can't.
you can't blame it on Trump.
But
Yeah,
how can
and,
you
and
blame
so
that?
and
But
so
my
when
thing is
with the
this: how can we
surplus got
blame that
taken.
What
on?
you
Hold
just
on,
said,
Tyrell.
you
How can
cannot
we
blame
Thank you,
blame
Trump.
that
Russell.
I
on?
blame it on
How
all
can
the
we blame that
presidents.
on both sides instead of
I blame
holding
it on
both
all the
sides
presidents
accountable? Ruby is what I'm
Hey,
asking.
excuse me, y'all. Excuse me for a
Oh,
second.
hi, hold on,
because they're
Uncle.
giving it to other
Hold on,
countries.
Because I want to give them the rules because they keep talking over you, yo. Y'all
oh,
got
go
to,
ahead, Uncle. Go ahead. Go ahead.
when the host is speaking, stop cutting her off. This is her space. This is the rules. When the host is speaking, she can interject on you guys because this is her live to keep the flow of the conversation going. But if she is speaking, stop speaking over her. Mute your mic and wait till she's done. Please and thank you.
I gotta give you mine over here, Uncle. This must be your other page. Okay.
Yeah, this is my other
Okay.
page.
Okay. But Ruby, I definitely understand. I'm not saying that you don't need the money. I want to make that very clear, okay, Ruby? I'm not saying that you don't need the money, but I'm telling you, you have to start blaming both sides. Because in order for him to have taken that money out of there, he literally had to
Oh
it had to
yeah,
be
I
both
do.
sides of Congress that agreed with it.
Right. And
You
I do
understand
blame
that?
both sides.
Okay, but you keep saying the Republicans, the Republicans.
Absolutely.
It's not the Republicans. What they're
Absolutely.
saying
I
is
agree with
there is
you.
no more money in that. There's no more money. So
Saying,
where are they going to get the money?
The money is there. It just went back to the original system. He took the surplus out.
like they did. Take the money.
Oh my God.
Could I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. You did have Trey. Go ahead.
So,
They're saying because of the pandemic. Yeah,
I
they're
want.
saying because of the pandemic, we don't have no more money.
I
I don't know
mean,
about all
no.
that.
I don't know about all
So
that.
it's a
I don't know about all
factor
that.
of multiple things, but I mean, so look at it. Look at America as though it's a business, right? Where
What
And
happened? What happened?
America is literally a business now.
It is a corporation.
They started that in
well, yeah, and this is what I'm
1913.
saying. Well, and this is what I'm saying. So since America is a business, right? Like especially since okay, you claim that it's a business, right? So since it's a business, what happens whenever a business is $37 trillion in debt? Do you continue to run your business, or your doors eventually start to close down?
Closed down.
That's what people got to realize is happening right now. You know, like our country is poor. Okay, like yes, we still have roads, and yes, we still function in society. But if we do not stop our spending, we're headed towards another Great Depression. I mean, I don't understand how
You're
people.
talking about we're headed. We're already there. We're in a
Well,
silent.
I actually agree. I agree.
We're in a
100%.
silent.
Because everybody's in
We're in a.
denial.
we're in the side. Yes, we are.
In denial.
And nobody, and none of the Democrats, none of y'all want to just get on board with. Do you not go to the grocery store? Do you not see how much everything is? We're in a silent one this whole time. The government been telling us that we're not in a depression, but we are. It's a silent depression. Do you know what the meaning of a silent depression is? So even if Trump
That
comes
means
in
we're paying
office,
outrageous
I don't
money.
believe that it's going to fix. I don't care who's next in office. Nothing is going to fix it until we get back on track. We are not on track. We're not on track.
You're right. We're not. But I also blame both sides for giving all this
You haven't
money to
blamed the
other
other side for
countries
nothing since you've been
because
up
they
there.
want allies.
She haven't
No,
blamed
what
the
I'm
other side for
saying is
nothing
that
since you've been
both
up there,
sides are
man.
guilty for
You
paying
only
it to
blaming
other
one side.
countries because they want to keep their allies.
You've been blaming one side since you've been up on the stage. Run it
Okay,
out.
but she finally did.
No,
So
what I'm
I mean,
saying,
just
I
be
don't like
quiet,
Trump.
DJ.
What I'm
She
saying
be
is that Republicans are the only ones talking about stopping the Social Security. They're the only ones talking about stopping the Social
Who did
Security,
that? Who did that?
not the Democrats.
Who did that? Who said that and when?
Yeah.
Please.
Who did that?
Yeah.
Literally the
Which
whole house.
Republican, ma'am? Which Republican and when did they say it? That's interesting. I watch Forbes all the time and I watch
I don't know what specific.
the house.
Okay, not too much jumping on her because I'm not
But
that.
No, I just
I
want
do
This
to.
know
ain't that
it was
type.
that.
This ain't that type of live to just be jumping.
Well,
But I'm
I'm not
telling
jumping.
you.
I just would
Yeah,
like to hear
because even though you
what
up
I can do
here,
homework.
even though you up
I
here
don't know
advocating
anybody's name.
for Trump, I want to make it very, very clear: the Republican Party is also complicit in everything that
So
is
how did
going
I
on here
advocate
in
for Trump?
America. Okay,
How did I advocate for Trump? All I said is if we're a business, we're broke.
we already know. I just said we broke. We already know we broke.
Yeah, we probably are broke.
Ain't no
But how
probably.
are we broke when we're paying outrageous? How? I mean,
Because
what
we're the
I'm
world
wondering is
currency,
how
but
are
that's
we
about to
so
change.
broke when we're paying outrageous prices for everything? And it's all
The
going back
world's
to the
based on our
government. Every
currency.
bit of it's going back to.
Every bit of it's
Huh?
going to the world banking system. We print the world's currency,
Yeah, it's going to the
$1 trillion.
government.
That's changing right now. You know about BRICS?
I don't know nothing about no bricks. What are
Oh, you
bricks?
need to look it up. BRICS.
Yeah, yeah, people. Bricks. If whoever don't know about bricks, they get ready to start a whole new top currency thing with the bricks thing. That's what that's all about.
That's when we go dirt poor.
Yep,
Yep.
that is one of the reasons.
What is it about?
Excuse
What
me,
is it
just going
about?
back in history a little bit. That's one of the reasons they kind of got rid of what was his name, Muammar Gaddafi. That was one of the reasons he had to go because they painted a picture of him like he was this person and he was a dictator and blah blah blah. He was bad, 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 bad. But the truth of the matter was he was trying to unite the African countries, and he was going to create a currency that was backed by their natural resources. And well, as we all know, most of all the natural resources is in that continent. And they could not have him. They could not have him doing that because that would have threw the American dollar down the toilet. You see what I'm saying? So they had a coup and had him taken out.
Can I add something? So, America actually became bankrupt under the Emergency Banking Act of 1933, 48 Stat 1, Public Law 88 719 under President Roosevelt when he declared us bankrupt and insolvent, which was HJR 192, which was a joint resolution to suspend the gold standard. That's when we were declared bankrupt.
Yeah, that was part of it too. Absolutely. And so now that we can just, print money whenever we want. That's what we do. Well, excuse me, not we, but that's what they do. cut down a few acres of trees, get their ink up, and run the presses. And it ain't backed by nothing for real. I mean, for real. But it is backed by nothing but the military. If you really want to be frank about
That's the truth. That's why so much money is put into the military.
It's go to the military because they know they don't have nothing worth of value to back this dollar bill. So their military got to be.
If our military fall, we fall as a nation.
Yes.
Exactly.
If our military falls today, we fall as a nation. We will
Pretty
become
much.
all those people that say, "Oh, over there in those other countries, y'all be over there talking about them and whatever." And we a great nation, baby. The only thing back in America is that military.
Is
if our
that military? Yep.
was to fall today, we would all fall with it. Okay, it would be no more us. It would be no more America. I would take my butt to Africa though.
Anybody notice when Congress, like when Congress people get up, or congressmen and senators get on TV, they call America a democracy. So it was established as
and I think
Constitution.
They're really not a democracy. This is really a republic.
I'm getting ready to tell you.
Uncle Free.
So it was established as a constitutional republic in 1933, when America went bankrupt, and they established United States of America Incorporated. That's when it became a democracy. And then the receivers of the United States bankruptcy were the international bankers, the UN, the World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund. And that's when now we have the United States of America, the United States of America Incorporated. So there's two separate entities. But now that's when we became a democracy. That's why senators and congressmen always call us democracy now. So it's actually a representative democracy.
So you saying that the corporation part is a democracy, or both parts is a democracy?
Right. So it actually established a new form of government when we went bankrupt and filed the Emergency Banking Act. It just established a new form of government, which is a democracy. It would be a representative democracy, and that it got rid of the constitutional republic that we actually were formed as.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So
it dissolved the constitutional republic.
So that's what I'm saying. So this pretty much is why they've been really eating away too at the so-called Constitution. This is why it's being attacked now on all different fronts.
Okay, if you want me to leave, there go my Cash App. For all the people in the comments talking about if you don't like America, leave. I never said that, but if you want me to leave, it costs $24,000 to leave America. So go ahead and start Cash Apping me right now, and I will leave. I'll leave, no problem. Just go ahead.
No, you don't need to.
I will.
They said they want me to leave. They said go ahead and leave. So there go my Cash App. Go ahead and start sending me, and then I'll leave. I'll get up out of here. You want me to leave so bad? Never said nothing bad about America. I'm telling you guys the truth, okay? The government sold us out. They sold us out. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you don't like that the American people, not the American people, our representatives have been selling us out since I don't even know when.
Started in March of 1913.
That's right. I knew that. Who was the president then? Was it McKinley? Or was it Roosevelt? Which one of them did that? One of them sold us down.
That was Roosevelt in 1933.
Right?
It actually started. It all started in 1913 when they established the Federal Reserve.
They gave up it all to the 5 or 6 large